Now we're going to get on top of the machine and work our elephant and our lunges on one red spring. But if you're still working on your core stabilization, add that little blue spring with it. We're going to sit on the tops of our feet, and they kind of go in the headrest if that's what's comfortable for you. If you have trouble bending your knees, you can stay in this upright position. But your goal is to try to work to stretch your quads and be able to sit on the tops of your feet. We'll place our hands, fingers down towards the well, and our eyes look forward. We'll take a deep breath in, and you will, the best of your ability, exhale, bring your hip bones to the ceiling, your head lays back for open camel, just stretching out. You're pushing your hips towards the foot bar, breathing, letting your head and shoulders and chest open. We've been laying down, doing a bunch of footwork and feet in straps, hands in straps. We just want to open the front of our body before we begin the next session. Then you can come back down. Grab the foot bar for safety. Put the backs of your heels on the shoulder rest. You're going to press your hips forward just slightly and keep your glutes squeezed together, your belly's pulled in, and you're going to push the carriage back. Eyes look down at the springs, and slowly bring your chest back through your straight arms as you come back up. Nice and slow. Don't let your low back fall into the well. You're keeping your belly pulled in nice and tight. At the same time, your glutes are squeezing together, and you're just reaching away. Don't forget your breath. You're exhaling on exertion when you go away, and you're inhaling when you bring your chest back through your straight arms. Not arching your back, overarching, just keeping your spine in the neutral position. Good, just like that. Remembering everything is for 10 repetitions. Very good. Now, next time we go out, we're going to hold the foot bar. We're going to go all the way out. Eyes look down. Arms press away. We're going to bring our knees to our chest and our heels to our butt. So we're pressing out. Again, not allowing your low back to go into the well. You're just trying to keep your glutes engaged, belly pulled in, keeping your core nice and tight. Your spine is neutral. Your neck is neutral. Just another big thigh stretch right here. Another big knee stretch right here. Good, just like that. A few more like this. Nice and slow. Very good. One more time. Now let's bring it all the way back in. Hold the foot bar. You're going to stand up on the reformer, always holding the foot bar for safety, and scoot your feet back to the shoulder rest, flat. Now this is hard for you because your calves are tight and your hamstrings are tight. If you need to move your feet to here, if your knees are slightly bent, all that is okay. The goal is to get your heels to the shoulder rest. Your eyes look between your thighs. Your ears and shoulders are best friends. You're going to hold the foot bar. You're going to press back as far as you can that your heels will stay totally flat. And then you're going to bring your thighs back towards your chest. It's like down dog, but better. You're breathing. And then press your hips to the ceiling as your thighs come back towards your chest every time. Arms don't move. Nice and slow, scooping the belly in to get it to come back together. Just like that, nice and slow. Really focus on pushing that butt to the ceiling every time your feet come back underneath you. You push that butt a little bit higher to the ceiling. Chest and thighs are trying to touch. Scooping the belly to the ceiling every time you do it. Good, just like that. Let's try 2 more times. Remembering to breathe. Good. Very good. Now we're going to work on some long body. So you're going to hold the foot bar. You're going to come on your high toes. You're going to drop your shoulders over your wrist. Drop your hips into your plank position. You're just going to press the carriage out, keeping your belly nice and tight, and bring your shoulders back over the foot bar, keeping in the same low position. So you're exhaling and inhaling as you go in and out, keeping your core nice and tight. Eyes keep looking down. Shoulders leave the foot bar. Shoulders come back to the foot bar, just like that. Now, in this position, we're going to do a lunge when you finish that. So either you can put your right foot on the foot mat, and you're going to bend the right leg, and the shin will touch the foot bar. The back foot is at the high toe. And this is your start position. You try to keep the left hip as low as possible. The carriage moves because my right leg pushes away straight and my right knee comes back in. Keep that left hip as low as possible. just like that. Breathing is normal, not holding the breath. Okay, just like this. Very good. Everything we do it even on both sides. So once we get 10 like this, we're going to hold it away. Both legs are now totally straight. The left foot will bring the carriage back in, and the left foot will now push it away. Both legs stay straight. My arms are straight. The only thing moving the carriage right now is my left leg, my left foot, my left hip. Breathing is normal, not holding the breath. Very good, just like that. Nice big length. Very good. We're going to bring it back in. I'm going to switch feet, and I'm going to show you the advanced move. So that was part one. This will be, as you advance from the bottom of the foot, you will bring your foot to the foot bar. So I'll show you that as well. When your foot is on the foot bar, that means you've mastered the bottom and that you don't have any trouble with hip flexibility. So here, you're going to bring your knee and your chest close together. Hands are inside the foot. You will press away because this left leg will go straight, and the left knee will bring the carriage back in over the foot bar. Right leg is staying as low as possible. Now, this is the advancement of the one I just showed you. Because some people have pretty flexible hamstrings, the other exercise, they don't really get much out of it. So if that happens to be your case, this can be your next move. But I would for sure warm up on the lower foot bar before you decide to come up high. Once you get here, and you're getting all your good length, both sides, we're going to keep it away. Same thing, right foot will bring the carriage in, and the right foot will press away. Every time you go in and out, you're remembering to breathe. And the goal is to try to keep the chest and thigh on the left close together as you press in and out, keeping that belly pulled in nice and tight. Just like that. Very good. One more time here. Very good, just like that. Finally, we're going to finish with our side splits and our pigeon, and that's with one blue spring. That's the end of our workout, so it's really nice and light. So now we're going to work on the splits. You're going to put your right foot under the foot bar and your left foot on top of the shoulder rest. Your hands are going to be flat on the mat. Now, if this is hard for you to keep your hands flat, keep them towards the edge. The goal would be to keep your hands up closer to the shoulder rest. So here, we're going to go all the way out. And once I'm all the way away, my legs are straight, I don't bend my legs again. I hinge on the right hip to come in and out. I can only come in as much as I can that I don't bend this left leg. So I'm reaching it away. I'm slowly scooping my belly to the ceiling to allow the carriage to come back in. Keeping my hands as flat as I can on the mat as I go in and out. Scooping the belly to the ceiling. Good, just like that. A few more here. Good, just like that. Almost. Not bending either leg once they're straight. And now the advanced move of this next move, if you master this one and you want to stand up, that's okay. We're going to reach it away nice and slow. Angle your feet to where you can go out. Scoop the belly up as there's a string pulling at your head as you come up. And go back out. Nice and slow and controlled. Really focusing where you feel it. Scoop the belly up. String is pulling at your head as you come in and out. Both legs are completely straight. Good, just like that. Now we're going to go to the other side. Your left foot's under the foot bar. Right foot's on the shoulder rest. Hands are flat on the mat. Once your right leg goes out straight, it does not bend again. You only hinge on the left hip when you want to come back in, keeping the palms of your hands totally flat, not allowing this right leg to bend at all. You're reaching it away, eyes are down, scooping the belly to the ceiling to allow the right leg to come back in. Just like that. Reaching it away, scoop the belly to the ceiling to let the mat come back all the way in. Very good, just like that, scooping it up. Almost. Scoop it all the way to the top. When you get in on the 10th time, then you'll stand up, hands in prayer. Make sure your feet feel comfortable and slowly reach it away. And scoop the belly, draw tall, string is pulling at your head as you come back in. Not letting your legs bend, nice and slow and controlled. You're on the lightest spring possible, so you want to make sure that you're slow and controlled with your movements. Belly is pulled in, a string is pulling you all the way up as you do it each time. One more time. Very good, just like that. We'll stay on this side of the reformer, and we're going to show the last 2 hamstring stretches here, okay? So you're going to put your right foot on the shoulder rest, your left heel is on the ground, your toes are flexed up to protect your knee, hands are on the foot bar. You're going to reach back, keeping the left leg nice and straight. You're trying to lower this right hip to the mat and holding it back, pressing away. Eyes can look down. And then slowly bring it back up, keeping the left leg straight, and do it again. You're going to reach it back, lowering that right hip down to the mat as close as possible while the left leg stays straight. Holding it and coming back up with control. Now you're going to bend the right knee that's on the ground. The foot now is going to go flat, and you're going to press back, and you're going to lower. Forearms can go to the foot bar to help you just press back and lower the hip as low as possible. Ears and shoulders are best friends again, and just leaving it long and pushing that right foot away and breathing as you do it. Opening up that hip on both sides for 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly coming back up as to not get a cramp. And we'll come around to the other side and do the same thing. You're going to put your right heel on the ground next to the foot bar, your left foot on the shoulder rest. Your knee is on the mat. You're going to keep the right leg completely straight, hands are on the foot bar, and you're going to press back as far as you can. It's totally normal for one side to be tighter than the other. Just do your best to keep both hips facing downward on the well. Don't let them turn sideways. Reaching it away and slowly coming back up, keeping that right leg straight. Heels on the ground, toes are flexed back. Reaching it away, pressing back nice and slow. Focus on the hamstring length that you're feeling. Breathing through it and coming back up nice and slow. Then you're going to bend the right leg on the ground totally to 90 degrees, foot is flat. Now you're going to try to lower that left hip, forearms on the foot bar, and you're going to press back. Ears and shoulders are best friends, and you're really pushing back with that left leg, trying to get all the length of that left hip that you can, pushing it down to the well, and breathing as you do it. Slowly coming back up with control. And let's do one more on that side. Forearms down, really pushing back with that left leg. Right leg stays totally bent to 90 degrees, and that left leg is lengthening out as we're breathing for 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly coming back up. So now we're going to finish this series in pigeon. And pigeon on the ground is different than pigeon on the reformer. We're going to keep one blue spring on, a light colored spring. So you're going to get your shin even with the foot bar. Toes are flexed back to protect the knee. If this is where you live, this is where you live until you can get the hip open. It's important that both hips face the reformer, that they don't turn either way. So if you're here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, chest rolls over my leg. My leg stays even with the foot bar. My hands touch the back of the mat. And if I can, the back of the mat, I'm going to shove the back of the mat away. Eyes look down, ears and shoulders are best friends. If I'm here, if I can raise my foot that's on the ground onto my high toe and push the mat away, I'm going to practice lifting and lowering the heel that's on the ground, opening up this whole right side of my body, this right hip, as I lift and lower. And you're going to hold it, and you're trying not to let this mat come back at you as you lift and lower that right heel. Just like that, you're lifting and lowering, opening up that left hip for 3 and 2 and 1 more. You're going to slowly unwind from the mat. Hold the foot bar, walk it back up, regain your balance, take the foot down, shake out the left hip, and do the right side. One leg will be tighter than the others. It's totally normal. Usually it's your dominant hand side that you're tighter, but everyone's a little different. Shin is even with the foot bar. Both hips face the well. Take a deep breath in, And on the exhale, roll my chest over my right leg. Hands touch the mat. I shove the back of the mat away from my body. Ears and shoulders are best friends. If my foot on the ground is still flat, I come on my high toe. I push the mat further, and I practice lifting and lowering the left heel down, opening up that right hip. All of this right here, you can really, really feel it. Lifting and lowering, trying to keep my hips both facing the springs as I lift and lower, and not let the mat come back at me as I shove it away with my upper body for 3 and 2. Good. And 1 more. Very good. And slowly unwind from where you are. Come down, and voila.